Thank you so much. I'm just gonna give it a couple more seconds here to let anybody who's running a little bit behind jump on, and then I'll get started. So as hopefully everybody's aware, today I'm going to be talking a little bit about our customization potential that we have when it comes to our modular systems. For those of you who may not be immediately familiar with our modular systems, I'll tell you a little bit about those. I'm not sharing video. Oh no. Hey everybody, sorry about that. So our modular systems, they are rentable temporary scenic installations. The idea is that they pack small, they play big, and they are designed to fit your budget. So we call them modular because they can be mixed, matched, stacked, branded, which I'm going to be talking quite a lot about today, connected and customized to fit your needs, as we recognize that every show is different and every client is different. So we do our best to facilitate anything and everything that might come up in the show process. A little bit about me. My name is Sam Bratt. I'm an account manager with Atomic Design. I'm based out of the Las Vegas location. I've been with the team since 2023 when we opened the warehouse here. I've been in the live events business for over 15 years, and I've pretty much held every position you can pretty much think of, everything from B2B sales. I was an on-site tech. I've done labor acquisition, and as a much younger man, I was a performance artist as well. So for me and mine, I have a huge passion for live events, and I'm very fortunate to work with Atomic, as I feel that the company shares the same passion. So to kind of dive in here, I'm going to be talking about 6 different customization options that we offer with our modular systems. Those are going to be direct print, CNC machine cutout, vinyl print, glow backlit vinyl, premium finishes and textures, and our switch LED panels. All of our custom work is done out of our headquarters based out of Lidditz, Pennsylvania. That's where we have our largest warehouse and all the necessary machinery and the graphics department that handles all of the hands-on parts of customizing the product. So the first thing I'm going to talk about is direct print. Direct print is kind of our like go-to a lot of times when it comes to customizing modular systems. Direct print is where we take a Comatex plastic panel, which is what our design panels are made out of, and we ink directly into a panel with the imagery or text or whatever it is. We literally inject the ink into that panel. Show rate for these are $100 per panel. They are sized at 22.5 inches by 22.5 inches. These custom panels can be integrated into any configuration that uses anything in our super lever line. The sizes range. One panel, as I said, 22.5 by 22.5, but we can also do individual panels that are up to 45 inches by 90 inches. So if 22.5, 22.5 is one panel, 45 by 90 is going to be a 2x4 area. Direct print is best for front lighting. They are opaque. Obviously, it's just ink on the front. And what we do is we encourage clients to keep these. The reason being they are manufactured to order, and each one is unique to that specific client and maybe that specific show. So we encourage clients to keep these either as souvenirs, or if, say you have a recurring show that happens every year and you want to reuse your custom printed panels, we can totally integrate those into next year's show as well. This is an example of some custom print work that we've done in the past. You can see that this panel here in the center is integrated into our super wall with our buckle panels. There's also some pictures down here. Here's another example of a ground supported structure where we did some custom printing on the middle panels, and then we have these panels that we custom printed to match our cone panels with a banner that runs across with some more custom work there. And yet another example of some single direct print panels in another ground supported structure with our mini Gauss panels. Our next option is CNC machine cutouts. CNC machine cutouts are essentially where we take one of our Comitex panels and we cut holes into it to create an image out of the negative space. These are also priced at $100 per panel, per single 22.5 by 22.5 panel. These are also able to be placed into any super panel configuration. The size range is the same from 1 panel to 2 by 4 panels. Obviously, with these being negative space, they're best for backlighting or being internally lit. And once again, we encourage clients to hang on to these either as souvenirs or to be reused in future shows, as these are also made to order. Here's an example of some CNC cut super columns. I'll point out here as well that these are actually a combination of CNC cut and some direct print as well. There's nothing stopping us from utilizing several different customization techniques in one application. So that's something to keep in mind as well. This is also a CNC cut with direct print. And this is kind of a cool effect. This is a CNC cut custom panel with a frosty panel behind it. Frosty is a translucent panel that we have. Here it's being applied as like a diffuser behind, and I think it creates like a really cool coloring effect when they're lit internally. Another thing to point out that actually isn't related to custom panels is that you can use frosty diffuser panels on any of our pre-cut design panels. Next, I'll talk about vinyl print. And vinyl print is exactly what it sounds like. Vinyl print is where we apply vinyl stickers to our super lever panels that have the desired imagery on them. $100 per panel. Are we sensing a pattern here? It integrates into any super panel configuration. It has a range from 1 panel to 2 by 4 panels. The thing to mention about vinyl is it can also be incorporated onto existing panels that are already in our line. What I mean by that is we don't manufacture the specific panel to order. We're just slapping stickers on panels that usually already exist. These are best for being front lit or no lighting as well. The color of the vinyl will look fine depending upon, obviously your color choice and things like that. The other thing to mention about vinyl print is the panels do return to us here at Atomic because they are just temporary customizations on existing panels. So once your show's done, go ahead and just ship it all back to us. We'll remove the vinyl sticker and return the product back into circulation. Here's an example of vinyl sticker applications. They're pretty popular for step and repeats. This is a bit of a larger application that we did. These are all stickers on our cone panels and our blank propane panels. Super vibrant, super impactful. And those are some stickers applied to upstage, ground supported backdrop. This one's kind of fun. I'm a big fan of this one. It's a glow backlit vinyl. What to say about glow backlit? As far as I'm aware, I'm not a graphic designer. There's a little bit of magic that happens here. Essentially, what happens is they take vinyl application and combine it with CNC cutting to create a glowing effect around your imagery or your text. This can integrate into any super panel configuration. It's $160 per panel. Size range from 1 panel to 2x4 panel area. This is best for being backlit directly. To get the maximized glowing effect, you're going to want to have like a special or a spot that's going to hit the very back of this head on. And when you combine that with the combination of like front lighting as well, you can get some really cool effects. These are made to order, they're manufactured to order. So we do encourage clients to keep these after the show. And I do have some examples here that will probably paint a better word picture than my words. So this is all the same panel. It's our orange atomic logo with different hues of light being hit from behind. So on the top left, we have blue. Top right, we have green. Bottom left, we have red. And bottom right, we have white. This is an example of our glow panels in column figuration. I don't believe these are being hit directly from behind. Looks like there's uplights at the bottom of these super columns, but it does show that the glow effect does maintain even if you're not able to hit directly behind, for whatever reason. This is an example of glow panels in a hanging configuration. It's the ONS here. And then obviously we're doing the mix and match as well with super panel configurations. And this is the last example, Social Innovation Summit 2024. If you look at the circles on the left-hand side, that looks like it's got a direct hit behind that to make those circles glow. Moving right along into premium finishes and textures. This one's a bit of an outlier in its own way. I've put approximately $100 per panel on these because a lot of this depends on lead time, quantity, and material sourcing. But what I mean by premium finishes and textures is we can take an existing panel design that we have and we can place a permanent custom color or texture finish onto it. We do have current limited options in stock. Those are on our website. You can feel free to have a look around and see what's on offer there. These integrate into any super panel configuration. As I did mention, cost does depend on quantity and timeline and material sourcing. These are best for front lighting or natural light if you're in a space where you might not be able to place any lighting or any rigs or anything. This is a really good option to still have an impactful look without all the lighting and electrics and all that kind of thing. So this also does extend to a lot of our soft good options, particularly our udon ribbons, if you're familiar with those, and our circular poppies. These do return to Atomic. We like to keep these in circulation and on offer for future rentals for yourself and other clients. This is an example of our Zedit panel that's been finished in a gold. Here's our Edjo panel with some wood grain. And our Hive panel with a different wood finish and a direct print panel incorporated into the central column. And last but certainly not least are our switch LED panels. The Switch LED panel are show rated at $200 per panel. They only come in the 22.5 by 22.5 inch size. And the reason for that is our Switch LED panels are vinyl backlit with bright, even white lighting. So if you see that there's a casing around this particular panel that houses white LED lighting that will evenly light the panel itself and make the imagery pop. This does integrate into any super panel configuration. It is only the one size, 22.5 by 22.5. It does require a power source. You can have up to 4 per circuit, and it does not offer DMX capabilities. Once these are finished on the show, they do come back to ATOMIC, the reason being it's a temporary vinyl application. I like this image because it shows the even coverage of the lighting throughout all the panels. And as mentioned, it can be integrated into hanging structures, ground supported structures, columns, uh, shapes. It all uses our patented super levers. So I guess the last thing to really talk about is the actual process of ordering custom work. So there's a proofing and manufacturing process. I think the first thing to keep in mind up front is that there's a 15 business day lead time for the proofing and manufacturing. We require AI or EPS files to send to our internal graphics department. Once they receive those files, they'll go ahead and work up a proof, which we will then forward over to you for approval. And once it's approved, that kicks off the manufacturing process. Each image has a setup fee of $150 to cover the labor for our graphics department. Why choose Atomic? Passion drives our team. I kind of already gave the spiel on this. I'm a live events guy. I love working them. I love going to them. Um, and I love working with Atomic because I work with people who are like-minded. We care about what we do. We care about your show. We care about delivering an excellent product at a budget price. And we just really love to succeed when you succeed. So. That's just my little spiel about that there. Next month we have the fantastic Rachel Finn. She's a senior account manager based out of Los Angeles. Rachel is going to be talking about our keychain panels. Some of you may be familiar with our bento panels that we've had available for rent for quite some time now. We just released 3 new products in this line earlier this year that you can feel free to check out on our website. And Rachel's going to go through step-by-step processes to figure out quantities and heights and width and all that kind of stuff. So we're very excited to share information about those new products and things coming down the line as it relates to the keychain line. Something new is coming soon. Something new is always coming soon from Atomic. We release new products all the time. I believe we shoot monthly for a new launch. So if you'd like to, there's a QR code there. You can go ahead and scan that to stay in the loop and join our email list. I'm going to leave this up for a few seconds while I take a drink of water. My goodness. And then finally, just once again, thank you so much for spending the last 20 minutes with me. My name is Sam Bratt. I'm an account manager. There's my contact information. If you have any questions for me specifically, please feel free to reach out to me. It'd be an absolute pleasure to connect with you and have a chat. Or if you want to reach out to your account manager with any questions, they'll be more than happy to help you as well. So speaking of questions, I've got the amazing Brandon also on here monitoring the chat to see if anybody has dropped any questions as we've gone through, and I'll field those at this time.
Thanks, Sam. A couple folks sent me some questions direct. First being, what is the largest size you can do with a single panel?
So the largest size with a single panel is the 45 inch by 90 inch. That's not that's going to be one seamless panel that you can put together. Your image can be as large as you want if we're using individual panels. There's no real maximum to that, but a single seamless panel, 45 inches by 90 inches, which is essentially a 2x4.
Great, thanks so much. Someone else asked, do you have a graphics guide document, something that offers any specific needs when passing along files to Atomic?
Yeah, we totally do. If you reach out to your account manager, they can shoot that to you, no problem.
And that's all I have in the chat. So if anyone else has any questions, oh, we have one from Mark Russell. Is it a cleaner look to have one single seamless panel versus multiple tiles to create an image?
So when you're using multiple tiles, there are seams between each tile. The rub that we kind of run into when we start working with single larger tiles, like the 2x4, is it becomes a question of shipping. So shipping costs are going to be something to take into consideration with that as well. Now that being said, I'll go ahead and I'll fly back all the way real quick to here as there is a faint seam happening in this image here. And these are all individual panels as well. So a lot of it kind of really depends on what the image is, in my opinion, depending on what colors you're using. And it's a case by case basis. And I think that's a lot of what the proofing process kind of helps us figure out too.
I see a hand raised from John Acker. John, please chime in with whatever you need to know.
Hey, thanks, Brandon. And thanks, Sam, for the presentation. This is great. I've seen a lot of good stuff that I didn't know about, so this is awesome. I had a question actually about the slide that you were just on, the panel. If you go back to that one. Yeah, that one. So that red banner that you've got going across there just behind the presenters, are those hybrid panels that are partially cut out combs with a solid
Yes.
section in the center that's printed?
Yep,
Is that what that is?
That's exactly what we did. We manufactured the cone panels with the banner included so that we had the space to print onto them.
Awesome. That looks great. Thank you.
Thanks.
Sam, another question. What kind of panel is used when you're using a glow vinyl print?
So that's essentially like a plastic Comatex panel. As I said during the presentation, I'm not a graphic designer. There is wizardry as far as I'm concerned when it comes to the intricacies of how that actually works. It all really does come down to the specific image as well, as to how they do it. Sometimes it's shallow drilling with the CNC machine, sometimes it's full cuts. But essentially, they are the same Comatex material as the other custom panels outside of the switch.
And that's all we've got in the chat. So I guess if anyone has any questions for Sam, feel free to drop them in or just unmute yourself and we can kind of go through it.
All right. Well, if I'm not seeing anything, I'm going to say thank you to everybody once again. This was a lot of fun, and I'm looking forward to connecting with you and answering any questions that you might have. Everybody have a fantastic day. Thank you so much.